Okay, thank you. See you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, and next is workshop summary. We have 5 workshops last Thursday and Friday. The first is Linux distribution and ecosystem evolution in control system workshop. Okay, Thomas, please share your desktop. Thanks.
Can you see my desktop and my video? Yes.
Yes.
All good. Okay, so I've been asked for a quick summary of the workshop. So I'm Thomas. I've been working at CERN for the past 10 years, 8 years in IT and 2 years in the BIM department. And I will go through a few numbers first. So we had 195 registration, around 50 institutes. And on Thursday, we got around 120 participants. So it was very nice. Unfortunately, we have one cancelled talk. And we split the talk between 3 sessions that I will be describing in a second. First, I wanted to come back on the motivation. So our motivation was to see what people use in control systems and in different labs around the distribution, the Linux distribution. Typically, we know a lot of people are still using CentOS. So this cloud is taken from the survey we sent before the workshop, and we can see that CentOS is still one of the main OS used, and last year, after the announcement that Red Hat will be shifting focus from CentOS to CentOS Stream, we had to review our possibility on the server workstation, but also on the industrial PC. And this work already started plus a bit before. The first session was about CentOS. So it was a presentation about Ben Morris at CERN that present what was going on at CERN, because it's not directly associated to control, but we got a lot of people asking for feedback on what was the plan at CERN. So the takeout of this is for several workstation, we'll be using CentOS Stream 8. There's a lot of investigation on what is used for Red Hat Enterprise Linux for academic license offer as well. So this is something that we'll be looking at in the next month. And the community is always evaluating other rebits as well, which is Rocky Linux and Alma Linux. And finally, nothing is set in stone for the future. And so this is quite important. And one point I wanted to highlight is there will be a joint announcement for people not close to all these different communities between Fermilab and different Lab in the next days, weeks. Finally, we had a CentOS board member. So I am one of the CentOS board member, and also True join us to reply questions from the community. So that was quite interesting for participants. Linux distribution in control. So Federico Vaga presented this second session about what could be done at CERN around industrial PC, and we had a lot of feedback on the different how we can improve the workflow that we are using and how we can be better at it. There's an ongoing evaluation that will be finished next year about operating system, and please look at the presentation for the detail. And also here, the interest was on how we can distribute software and all the related security challenges around that. So this is quite important subject, and we hope we can continue to discuss around that in the future. And it's always a good thing to have a clear way to distribute operating system images for different use cases. Finally, I did a presentation about Nix and NixOS, which is an OS based on new concept, and it was quite interesting to see that people in the audience were interested and are looking at it. So our friends from CEA are looking at it, and this was very, very interesting, and we got good feedback. And we also have a presentation about what is going on in the Fedora Silverblue. It was just a slide about what is going on in the Fedora Silverblue and CoreOS, which want to achieve the same as NixOS in a different way with RPM packaging. So the last slide for me is just to remind you all the link and to say thank you to everybody who attended. We have created a room in matrix.org. This is a chat system thanks to Sia Sakley colleagues that created it. And this is where we'd like to give you feedback on the future and to see what is going on. So I will be sending the link to the participants, but feel free also if you're interested in this Linux distribution discussion to join. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thanks for organizing the workshop. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, next is the Tonga workshop. Vicente?
Yeah, let me share my screen. Guess this one. So do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So on Thursday, we had a Tonga workshop. And the agenda was really to focus on the new people coming to Tango, and also to give an overview of the ecosystem. We really wanted to have hands-on, I mean, a part of presentation and hands-on on the workshop, and a lot of discussion. It was a bit tight, let's say, in timing. But so we had 11 speakers, 6 presentations, 4 hands-on, and 1 hour exchange in open space at the end of the workshop. So we cover a lot of different theme in Tango, and this is more or less the same theme that we find in the ICALEPCS workshop. So talking about attendance, we had 82 that attended the workshop, and 59 were already online at the start. So it was really expected. We had 36 institutes from different facility and different domain, 19 countries, 2 hours of presentation and 1 hour of discussion. So it was a good balance, and I hope the people they could really exchange. So we had also some Zoom, like everyone. So that's we were really in a virtual format. So there was one meetup that was organized the day after on the Tango for Telescope, thanks to Wendy. Yeah, a big thanks to the speakers, because they had only 15 minutes to explain their talk, I mean, to have their talk, especially Reynald, that described the Tango concept in 15 minutes. That was a big challenge. So before to end, I would like to make a special thanks to Andy, because he gave a great talk to share his experience of Tango and to give a different way to use Tango, describing different patterns. So the presentation is uploaded on the Indico. It was really great. Thank you, Andy. And I would like to finish with a big thank to the ICALEPCS 2021 organizer, because they were really helping us a lot. So with that, see you soon.
Thanks for organizing the workshop. Okay, next. Next day is the data science and machine learning. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a very speedy report on the data science and machine learning workshop that happened last Friday for half a day. This was organized by Marco Alonso from Electra and myself. So this, in fact, was a continuation of the workshop we had already 2 years ago in New York, where we had already 100 people registered. And this time we had more than 200 registered, 130 show up. And as you can see, we were not very successful with the group picture, but the people were there connected. So the motivation of the workshop continues to be the same as for the previous one. We see an increased number of interest of talks or papers where they mention things around data science and machine learning. We have the statistic here that seems to be growing exponentially. And furthermore, we are also seeing that these keywords are there are more tracks in ICALEPCS conferences where these techniques are being mentioned. So we see the progress here from previous conferences. Now, so based on this, we organize a program. We put together a program, Marco and myself, where first of all, we had an overview session where we invited 3 very well-known specialists in the topic. So we had Pierre Snisser from the Helmut Zentrum Berlin, where he told us about how they are using these techniques in BESI. Then we had Aurelie Edelin from Slack, where she told us how they use this in Slack and also the collaboration they have with other facilities. And finally, Verena Kane from CERN, she told us about the machine learning and optimization algorithms for some accelerators. So this was a very overview session. Then we move on to a more specific session. We had a very specific presentations. I don't have time in 3 minutes to go through all of them. At the end, you will have the link. So you can see that these were more specific presentations about different topics. And then at the end, we had a session where people had submitted small questions and had some discussion. So as a conclusion, in terms of the topics, we saw that there was a large chance of problems with practical solutions coming already. Also, compared with previous years, we see that these systems start to be used in production. So it's very good news and they produce useful results. In terms of what we were covering in the workshop, we saw a bias towards accelerator topics. In fact, all the topics were accelerator related. And we didn't hear from telescopes or other communities, so maybe it's an invitation for next time to have people from those communities. And there was also a bias towards Europe. I don't think this is related to people not working in other areas, but in the States or China or Japan, there are many people working on this. It's also again an invitation to contribute in the future. As for the format, yeah, the remote format is with a large audience is a very challenging thing. This time we don't have tutorials. It's also very difficult to do this remotely. And in the future, we may have different parallel sessions. And we also, Marco and I, have the feeling that the audience was a very bit shy, and they were not really asking many questions. So it became more like a conference than an actual workshop. So you have the link down here if you want to have the details. And just finish by saying thanks to the speakers, the attendees, and the ICALEPCS organizers. And a special personal thank to Marco, who is always a pleasure to work with.
Thanks organizer our workshop, also to Michael. Okay, next is the PLC-based control system workshop.
Yeah, can you see my slides?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to report about the PLC-based control systems workshop organized by Brad, Geronimo, Borja, and myself from CERN. Let me just take 1 second to remind about the idea or the goal of this workshop is basically to create a collaborative space where we can exchange return of experience, best practices, and methods and tools that we use in everyday projects related to PLCs. The idea is to identify expertise as well, and not only just to learn from others, which is important, but also to create collaborations, because this is what we have to find synergies and work together to the same goal. So as some statistics, we had 57 attendees and 20 different institutes, largely this time dominated by CERN, as you can see in the graph, and another view to see it is by countries. Still, of course, Switzerland comes first. As we usually do, we organize a kind of a keynote with a special guest in the field, what we call technology trends. This time we had Alois Soitil. Alois is a founder of the 4DIAG. 4DIAG is a framework that takes or leverages the IEC 61499 standard, and the 4DIAG is the industrial implementation. He went through the standard, he went through the tool and show us the industrial penetration of this. The standard basically is or presents a generic model for distributed control systems, very much focused decentralized architecture, of course, with capabilities of determinism, and it's based on the well-known concept of functional blocks, as you can see here, with the difference that enlarge the functionality with a pure event-driven execution. And of course, it's based on the standard 61131, well known in the PLC world. Of course, using the same types and everything. So one of the base ideas of this is that you can really have this model, this way to create applications based on events, and you can just deploy the applications in those devices or controllers as you like. So it can be highly decentralized, and you don't get the dependency of the final message. So then we continue with some presentations from the different institutes who attended the workshop. This time we had 5 that presented the challenges in terms of components, architectures, and even testbed. Quite interesting to exchange with the others. And we finished by 3 main topics. The first one was presented by Jerónimo, and he attacked this dilemma of the PLC upgrades, when we do an upgrade, why we do it. So trying to answer those questions requires a basic knowledge, and he passed through different concepts that they have to be analyzed to come up with these answers. Secondly, Brad presented an approach of CI/CD on PLCs. So basically bringing this software engineering paradigms to the PLCs. What he presented was a common approach where you have for all the PLC vendors, basically going to create wrappers about the APIs of the vendors. So in such a way that you have a single view based on this gRPC service. And he also showed the application of this paradigm, these concepts towards this automated testing, which is quite interesting using this OPCOA protocol. And then last, Borja presented the PLC Brief. The PLC Brief is an open source tool developed at CERN that leverages the formal methods world to verify applications developed on the PLCs, where basically you just bring your code in a formalism that the tool is able to transform, bring your requirement, use different model checkers, and then getting the property verified or just fail, and then have a clue of what failed in that case. So this is basically it. For more information, you have the workshop in this Indico page. You can see, you can browse all the presentations and all the material there. Thank you very much for the attendees. Thank you very much for you. And of course, I join my voice to the previous speakers. Thanks for the conference, Jinbing, and the local committee as well.
Thanks for organizing the workshop. Thank you. Okay, next is the motion control workshop. Yes, it's okay. Hello. Oh, we cannot hear you.
You hear?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. And you see the slide? Or?
Yes.
Okay, because I can't see them moving. I can't see the slide moving, sorry. I will share again. Okay. Okay, hi, Yves Maria Bivin from Soleil. I will report the MoCraft workshop on behalf of the organizers with a particular thought to Nicolas Janvier, who passed away a few months ago, and he helped us a lot in organizing this workshop on the previous one. So this year's on Friday, we were 66. We had 66 attendees from 14 countries and 26 institutes, with 2 trading companies contributing to the workshop. In this link, you have a representation of the community all around the world. So this year, we talked about experience in motion control, addressing all the advanced technology in motion control. We extend to robotics the discussion, which are more and more present in the activity of the community. We talked about mechatronics, and when we talked about mechatronics, we share experience in metrology and modeling, and of course we had discussion about application developed at different institutes. The workshop was organized with 6 talks on the 2 breakout sessions where we split the room in 5 rooms to have a smallest group of good interaction. You can find all the presentation in the webpage following the link below. Oh, sorry. So the experience shared during this workshop, we had a good discussion on the new motion actuators qualified and used in the different place with high performance servo and piezo motors, and always a good presentation about magnetic levitation actuators made by Beckhoff. We also shared experience in developing a mechatronics approach at a different place, which is which is quite different in depending the institutes, and with considering error budgeting toward the mechanical and control design. This showed us that we have to interact closely with mechanical control and metrology in order to have a global approach, which is essential when pushing the boundaries of system performance and stability, and which is the target we have to achieve today in the mechatronics instrumentation development. We discussed about robotics arm used in the beamline on the process automation, with the example shown handling detectors in stable manners, on another approach using robotic arm to automatize some process like characterization of a magnet for insertion device. Of course, all this system are integrated on beamlines in a very narrow environment, and development of collision avoidance system is more and more demanding, including a dynamic approach on using vision-based system to have a good and reliable integration. This was the main points we highlight during this workshop. So I would like to thank you, ICALEPCS committee organizers, Democraft organizers, and all the attendees and the speakers of this workshop. We keep in touch, and looking forward to see you in the next ICALEPCS. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for organizing the excellent workshops. Thank you for all the organizers. Okay, next is the closed sections. Hey,
hello, everyone. Welcome to the final session. In this session, we have 3 reports. 2 of them will give us some information about the next 2 conferences, and 1 summary report will about the status of the current conference. So first of all, let's welcome Johan Venter from Square Kilometers Array, South Africa. Give us a talk to introduce the preparation of the ICALEPCS 2023. Please go ahead, Johan.
Hi everyone, let me just share my screen. I hope you can see that. that away. Hi, everyone. Thanks again for the organizers for a great conference. As announced in the previous ICALEPS, the 2023 ICALEPS will be held in Cape Town, South Africa. We are hard at work preparing for an in-person conference. We trust that everyone will be able to travel freely at that time. I've put a link in the chat window to our website, which we will update periodically as more details become available. So please keep an eye on that site for future updates. So to finish off, get your travel budget submitted in time, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone in person again in 2 years' time. Thank you.
Thank you, Johan. Next report will be given by Guobao Shen from Argonne National Lab. He'll talk about the ICALEPS 2025. Please, Guobao.
Sure. Let me share my screen. This one. Can you see my screen?
Sure, perfect.
Okay, that's great. Okay. So this is the update and the information for the our meeting after Cape Town. Then for the ICALEPS conference 2025. Here at Chicago, we're more than pleasant to host this meeting, and this meeting will be co-hosted by Argonne National Lab, by myself and Joe Sullivan. So for some reason, Joe cannot be here today. So the first is why it's Chicago. I think almost everyone knows on the Chicagoland, we have two huge national lab, Argonne National Lab, as well as the Fermi National Lab there. And this is a great North American city there on the center. And so the Chicago is in the heart of the North America. So we have the beautiful view, we have the beautiful park, we have beautiful city, and we have the beautiful museum you see from here. Also, we have the great entertainment. You can see this is outdoor concert around here. So also, as I said, Chicago is a city on the water. So you can have a great lake and a Swimming River around there. You can see the beautiful Lake Michigan attraction, and also you have for your company you have the new river walk around there to kill some spare time, and which is another downtown attraction. So how to get into Chicago is very easy. We have two major airports around here, the domestic and of course international. So it's fairly easy to get here. There's no concern, and the transportation is very convenient. From the airport to the city, we have the bus and we have the metro. So we're proposing to host this one. We're thinking to host this one in the downtown Chicago. So to give everyone very convenient to go all the attraction around the show here, the shopping if you like, or if you want the tourism, you can go to this one. You can go to the park. You can go on the river. So we are thinking to host this one in the fall 2025 in late September or early October. So it will be the best season around here, and all those attractions are in walking distance. So there's no worry, no concern. You can go to anywhere, and the conference will have plenty of space and guest room under one roof. So regarding the conference, we have the world-class meeting room. Everything can be one. Also have the plenary section there. If we need a small room, have the small conference room there, and also have the lots of space for the. This is just an example. And also, of course, one important is the lodging. They have the beautiful guest room around here, and they have. And also all different choices. You have the bar around there and so on. So we love Chicago, of course, because we are from Chicago, and we believe all of you will like us love Chicago. So welcome to Chicago, and I hope to see everyone in 2025. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Excellent introduction. The next, Yinbing will give us a summary report of the 2021. Please go ahead, Yinbing. Please unmute yourself.
Okay. I will give a summary for ICALEPS 2021. We have 552 participants from 110 institutes of 27 countries. We have 89 speakers, include 5 keynote speakers and 174 posters, 5 workshops, and 9 exhibitors. Here is some statistical data and the library distribution map. We would like to thank all the speaker, poster processor, and delegates. You can see all the delegates from HUA. And also thank to 9 exhibitors. Thank you for your support. This is the data from HUA about 1 hour ago. And we have 96% of delegates have downloaded the HUA app, and over 4,000 messages sent, and 39 topic created, and 12 meetups, include women controls of yesterday. Also thanks to the ICALEPS and the program committee. And we have 3 ASEC meeting last year, this year, and 1 PC meeting this year. And we create a Slack channel, and until now we have over 2,000 messages. And we are sent to Los Nicolas of ESRF. Thank you for his contribution to ICALEPS. This is the ICALEPS award. Dr. Andy and Dr. Roland win ICALEPS Lifetime Achievement Award, and Professor Liu win ICALEPS Leadership in Mentoring Award. Thanks to the Jekyll editor team, they are continue editing our papers and slides. And this is the states of the paper. And please pay attention to your emails if the paper is red or yellow. And we need your support for the complete of the procedure. Thank you for your cooperation. And some information, HUA will be available for 3 months on both the web app and the mobile app. And the procedure hopes to be available next week. Actually, you can download the slides from HUA. We have uploaded all the slides. And the record videos will upload to Bilibili. You can see Monday and Tuesday and Thursday have already uploaded. And we plan to also upload to YouTube, but may need some times. Okay, I share some pictures of Shanghai, and this is Lujiazui, and this is the Shanghai Tower, which is the second tallest building in the world. This is the Bond Export Center, Jing'an Temple, City Garden Temple, Yuyuan Garden. Okay, goodbye, ICALEPCS 2021, and welcome to Shanghai in the future. 再见，谢谢。来。
Okay, thank you, Yinping. Thank you, you
Thank
and
you.
your team. Your excellent work makes conference good. And so, finally, I like to thank all your attending and support. Without your support, we couldn't have such a wonderful conference. And we hope we can see you all in Captain 2 years later, face to face. We hope it will be the true. Okay, thank you. Bye. I think it's time to subscribe. On behalf of the ISAC and organization committee, I will announce the close of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much.